In 2018, we saw two of the current premier talents enter the NBA, Slovenian basketball prodigy Luka Doncic and Oklahoma playmaking wizard Trae Young. They will forever be connected due to being traded for each other on draft night, but both had great rookie seasons, both put up incredible numbers in year two, and both have established themselves as top 2 NBA players in a short amount of time. However, the thing is, it kind of ruined basketball. And before you get mad at me, I'm not saying it's ruined the sport itself, but I think it's ruined fan perspective on young players. But quickly before we go any further, if you're new and like basketball, I'd really appreciate if you would like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I release a video. I make videos about basketball all the time, and liking and subscribing are the two best ways that help me out in the YouTube algorithm, help support the channel, and help me reach my goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of this NBA season. Let's try and get 100 likes on this video so YouTube will recommend it to others. Anyways, let's talk about Trae and Luka. Luka Doncic became a superstar almost immediately. After a 21-8-6 rookie campaign that he won Rookie of the Year off of, from his second season to now, he's been averaging 29.8 points per game, 8.7 rebounds per game, and 8.6 assists per game on 47.5, 34.5, 74.8 splits, and a 59.1 true shooting percentage. To put that into perspective, what Luka has averaged over his last 5 seasons has only been accomplished by 4 other players in individual seasons in NBA history. James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Michael Jordan, and Oscar Robertson are the only other players in NBA history to average at least 29 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, and 8 assists per game in a single season. And Luka has been averaging that for 5 seasons now. He's made the All-NBA first team in 4 out of his 5 completed seasons. The one season he didn't make it was his rookie season, and this season he very likely will be adding his 5th first team All-NBA selection in 6 NBA seasons barring injury, as well as potentially adding an MVP to that as well. He's the first player since Tim Duncan to make the All-NBA first team in his 2nd NBA season, and also one of just 3 players since 2000 to make the All-NBA first team at age 21 or younger. The other 2 are Kevin Durant and LeBron James. On top of that, he's one of the best young playoff performers ever, and has one of the best resumes by a player through 5 completed NBA seasons we've ever seen. Trae Young had a slower start to his rookie season, but he finished very strong to put up overall rookie numbers of 19, 4, and 8, finishing 2nd in Rookie of the Year voting. His 2nd NBA season was unreal. Sure, his team wasn't good at all. They finished with a top 6 pick after this season, but a 6'1" second-year point guard, averaging 29.6 points per game, 4.3 rebounds per game, and 9.3 assists per game on a 59.5 true shooting percentage is incredible regardless, considering in the history of the NBA, only 5 other players have averaged at least 29 points per game and 9 assists per game in a single season. Nate Archibald, Oscar Robertson, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, and oh look, Luka Doncic. Mind you, Trae did this in his 2nd NBA season. Since his rookie season, Trae Young has been averaging 27.5 points per game, 3.6 rebounds per game, and 9.8 assists per game on 44.2, 36.1, 88.2 splits, and a 59 true shooting percentage. And here's the craziest stat of all. Trae Young is in his 6th NBA season. He already has the 2nd most seasons averaging at least 27 points per game and 9 assists per game in NBA history. behind only Oscar Robertson. Now, I know you guys saw the title of this video, and you probably expected me to be making a video slandering Trae Young and Luka Doncic for not playing defense or foul baiting. But I think I addressed it enough in the intro and have talked positively enough about these players up to this point in the video to get the idea that isn't what this is about. It's not about them being a problem. I'm not taking away from what either of these players have done. What they have done is incredible through 5 completed NBA seasons. Both have proven to be all-NBA to superstar level talent, and some of the most gifted offensive players we've ever seen. The problem isn't that they have had success. The problem is fans' perspective on their success. I think because both of them entered the NBA at 19 to 20 years old and found success rather quickly, it has led to fans expecting that out of other young high draft picks when that shouldn't be the case. It's unreasonable to expect any player to be as successful as Luka and Trae were through 3 NBA seasons. It's unreasonable to expect a young player to average nearly 30 points per game and 10 assists per game on 62 shooting percentage in year 2 like Trae Young did, because it's unreasonable to expect that out of all but 3 or 4 NBA players ever in their prime. It's unreasonable to expect any young player to establish themselves as one of the 4 to 7 best players in the world in year 2 like Luka Doncic did. Because the list of players that you could expect that out of is a list with a couple top 5 players ever. Luka and Trae are outliers, not norms in terms of development, and it shouldn't be an expected result in a concept that already isn't linear. The focus shouldn't be on how quickly a young player can get to the All-Star, All-NBA level. The focus should be on how they develop into that level of player. It took Shai Gilgeous-Alexander till year 5 to make his first All-Star team and All-NBA team and establish himself as what I believe is one of the 7 best players in the NBA right now. It took Steph Curry till year 5 to make that All-Star team. It took James Harden till year 4 to make that first All-Star team. Now, if you were to ask me what a reasonable expectation for a player making their first All-Star team is, I would say at the very earliest, year 3. Like we've seen with guys like John Morant, Tyrese Halliburton, Anthony Edwards, Darius Garland, and Donovan Mitchell. But more realistically, just based off how talented the NBA is right now, it could be year 4 or year 5 before a player makes their first All-Star team. Because we have seen All-Star seasons not get selected because of how talented the league is, like Jalen Brunson last year, or even an outlier level talent like Trae Young has had 2 All-Star caliber seasons where he didn't make it. I just look at how people talked about Scottie Barnes in year 2, or how they talk about Cade Cunningham now, and just think a lot of that is based off how they've developed compared to Luka Doncic and Trae Young. Both have shown a lot in year 3 and the potential to be great players. Scottie is an all-NBA level player right now based off the way he's playing, the leap he's taken as a shooter, the rebounding, creation, motor, playmaking, and defense. And Cade has had his ups and downs, but he's also had stretches of brilliance despite the fact that Jalen Duren has been his only other consistently good teammate that he has. On top of the fact, the rest of the team has proven to be so bad that the Pistons lost 28 straight games. It took Tyrese Halliburton getting traded halfway through his second NBA season and getting adjusted to a new role with higher usage over that second half of the season to then make the All-Star team in year 3. It took some of the best linear development I've ever seen from an individual player in Anthony Edwards to make the All-Star team in year 3. It took John Morant making a significant scoring leap to make the All-Star team in year 3. All of these players I've mentioned are great, and even then, I don't think it's the end of the world if a young, promising player isn't on that same trajectory as the 3 names mentioned above, let alone the trajectory of 2 players who have put up numbers that only MVPs and Hall of Famers have in their first 5 NBA seasons alone. So the point I'm making is this: development is not a linear concept. Players progress at different rates and have different paths to reach high-end outcomes. And just because a young player isn't doing what 2 of the most historic outliers for one-and-done age prospects have done through 5 completed NBA seasons, doesn't mean that player still can't be great. Be patient, acknowledge the flaws, but also be encouraged by the flashes and the improvements in development over the years. But that's the end of this video. If you made it to this point, thank you so much. Again, haven't already, like, subscribe, hit notification bell, notified whenever I release a video. I make videos about basketball all the time, and liking and subscribing are the 2 best ways can help me out in the YouTube algorithm, help support the channel, and help me reach my goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of the season. Let's try and get 100 likes on this video so YouTube will recommend it to others. Would really appreciate that. Let me know what you think about player development in the comment section below. But with that being said, have a nice day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.